Welcome to the used car market, where we line ourselves up on the online yards. Cover our dents, polish our paint, and clean our windscreens until you can almost see. Don't worry about that sound that's been there for years, and it doesn't affect the way I drive. And that crack was left by a girl that I keep forgetting to forget. And yes, there are kids in the boot, and I'm overdue for a service and a tune, and a long drive down to the beach. 'Cause you wrote that you like walking on the beach, whereas, well, I just wanna be with you. And oh yeah, the radio doesn't play the latest songs, and the GPS, well, he's always getting it wrong. And the interior light only seems to work when I'm trying to sleep, and then it gets right inside my bones. But I still drive over hills, and if you switch my heater on and wind my window down, you just might feel as I drive deep into your dark, like you're finally getting out of this town. Welcome to the used car market.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so what it is, we've been on the road collecting stories, doing our thing for a few years, and everywhere we go, we meet these incredible people, but so many of them are alone because of what happened in COVID, the division in our community. Not always that, but a lot of that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, it's really shone a light on who are our soul family or our true friends, or it's just shone a light on things and put a different perspective on life for a lot of people, including me and countless others out there.
So we felt like we're not starting a dating site. We just felt we need some more fun in our community. And we thought rather than having a show tonight where we just say how bad things are, we just try to see little bit by little bit whether we can help. So we're going to have some guests on. If you're interested in meeting the guests, there's an email you can contact. Kelly will take care of that. But we're going to start with a guy who put us up in, I think it was Brisbane.
No, Northern New South Wales.
Close enough. And so he was there, and his name is what was
Phil.
It? Phil. I'll get those down because I'm going to read this out now.
Okay.
So he can't come on tonight because he's doing basketball. He's 62. He's very, very fit. Lovely guy. So I'm going to show you his picture, and I'm going to read out a bit that he wanted us to read out. And Phil is just looking for friends at this point. So I'll read it out. Here we go. Boom. Here's a bit of info about me and my present situation. As a single male in 2026, I am 62 years old and have been single divorced for around 17 years. I was married for 14 years and had 2 children who are now 33 and 31. Over the years, I've contemplated getting another wife, partner, and had a couple of brief relationships at that time, but I've never really found that I could enter in anything of a permanent nature. It did take around 4 to 5 years after my breakdown of my marriage to feel I was sufficiently healed from the emotional damage to start to contemplate another relationship. But to date, I've never been persuaded that either or the prospective partner was ready or suitable to take on that new challenge. The things that I consider about being involved with another woman are: one, I would have to deal with another person's baggage, and that they would have to deal with mine. Fair enough. I like the freedom that single brings, and I like not having to ask anyone what they think about any given situation. I can make decisions without consulting a partner and can choose to do exactly what I want, whenever I want, except sleep with someone. I realize, like my own company and solitude, I consider to be a bit of an introverted extrovert. I'm very social. I play sports, team and solo. I have a Christian faith and attend a church regularly. I run men's breakfast once a month. God, he's such a nice guy. And I'm very active socially. So I do get my health interaction with other people, and I'm often out most nights of the week. Along with running my own painting business, a one-man band mostly, I get all the social interaction I need to make me feel I contribute to society in some sense. But also, I must retreat to my own seclusion when I've had enough socializing, and I need that time to recharge my emotional and physical batteries. When it all comes down to it, I feel I would just be complicating my life by getting into another relationship at this stage of my life. I realize I've become a bit selfish, a selfish bastard, being on my own for so long, and I'm seriously reluctant to risk having my feelings damaged again if things were to sound next time around. The way I see it is that I've had one shot at being married and having one lifelong partner, and now that has failed, I'm quite content to stay single from now on. Not probably the best one to start with. There are some certain species of birds, and maybe it happens in other species, I don't know. But in certain species of birds, if the partner of that bird dies, then they don't get another partner or mate again for the rest of their lives. That is very romantic. I like to think that I'm honoring things, and for me personally, I'm content to fit into that category. But I certainly don't begrudge anyone from finding another partner because being in love is one of the best things in life. But for me, I'm quite happy to keep myself doing my way. Much blessing to all. Phil. So that's Phil. So if you're interested in meeting up with Phil just as a friend or a sports buddy or even anything, or maybe you think you can melt your way through his shields, it's up to you. If you'd like to get to know him, give us a call. I'm going to play the intro song now, which is similar to the opening song, and then we're coming back with our 3 guests. And we're off.
Car market, where we line ourselves up on the online yards, cover our dents, polish our paint, and clean our windscreens until you can almost see. Don't worry about that sound that's been there for years, and it doesn't affect the way I drive. And that crack was left by a girl that I keep forgetting to forget. And yes, there are kids in the boot, and I'm overdue for a service and a tune. In a long drive down to the beach, 'cause you wrote that you like walking on the beach, whereas, well, I just wanna be with you. And oh yeah, the radio doesn't play the latest songs, and the GPS, well, he's always getting it wrong. And the interior light only seems to work when I'm trying to sleep, and then it gets right inside my bones. But I still drive over hills, and if you switch my heater on and wind my window down, you just might feel as I drive deep into your dark, like you're finally getting out of this town.
So when we first started this, we did not know who we were going to get or whether anyone would apply. But one of the first people to apply were not one person, but 3 women living on a farm. This is Patsy, Taryn, and I think it's Mandy. Yeah.
We got the guest.
We had the guest.
Oh,
How are you?
Anything?
No.
No, come on. You're hearing it. Okay, wait on.
We've lost
You sure
our
you can't
sound.
hear anything? We just had sound before. We did a test and it all worked.
Oh no.
Okay.
Matt, we need the sound on.
Okay, Kelly's going to give them a call.
We can't hear a thing.
They can't hear you.
Can't hear.
Kelly's going to give you a call and zoom back in. Well, this is going well.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going through that. We actually had them on just before everything was working beautifully. We get them on. It's not working. So can you call them?
Yes, I'm getting their contact.
And this. And I'm going to bring on a mate. He was going to come on after them, but he's going to come on first now. And he's very charming, very randy, and very fit and very lovely. And let's bring him. Oh, no, just check the girls again. Sorry, Dave, stay there.
Yes,
How's that?
Yes. We can hear you now. Yay!
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Dave. We'll be back. Now, so let's see. So the 3 of you are looking for a guy. Is it true you all live on the one farm?
Yeah. We live in the one street, not a farm.
One street. Okay.
Yes,
we thought it was
live
one
side
farm.
by side each other.
Okay. Well, straight up, how come you're all single?
we've just been dedicated our lives to the last 26 years running a very successful cafe in Byron Bay, and
Oh, fantastic.
we recently sold about 6 months ago, and we've just been workaholics. So we had no time for relationships, no time to really mingle. It was like 24/7, and now we're 6 months out, and we've got time on our hands. And
We've all got kids and
we've all got
grandkids.
kids and grandkids, but
Yep. Oh, so
really-
like Bill Guy, you've done the marriage thing, relationship thing, that thing.
yeah.
Now, this is what we'll say. I know it sounds bad. It's like, this is, well, let's say if there's a zest to a relationship at our age now, because when you meet someone now our age, you don't have to worry about going back to university. You don't have to worry about having kids. You can actually just enjoy each other's company.
Yes.
Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're all very competent cooks.
Yes. No,
We,
we're all financially fine.
yeah.
There's no,
So you're financially fine. You're great cooks. Let's
Yeah.
start. Who's Patsy? Which one's Patsy? Because the names have gone missing off the thing.
Yeah.
Patsy,
Yeah.
what are you looking for in a guy?
I want someone that makes me laugh, who enjoys
Yep.
my cooking, and to have lovely, simple moments in life that we really appreciate. And the chemistry's got to be good.
Okay.
I'm very,
Okay.
very enthusiastic.
Yeah, cool. What star sign are you? Just out of interest.
Leo.
Leo. You got any preferences? What you're looking for in a bloke? Height, this, width,
I like teddy bears, but not
Okay,
obese.
cool. So you like teddy bears? Cool. So that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Can I ask how long have you been alone? Have you had a period of healing since the last relationship?
Well, I had my major marriage, and then I've had beautiful relationships in between that.
Cool.
And I've learned so much about myself and relationships. So I'm
What's
just
something
looking
you've
for-
learned?
I've learned that kindness goes a long, long way, and it's really, really simple. Kindness.
Yeah, I agree. Beautiful. Beautiful way to be.
Yeah.
Now, Taryn.
Yes,
Which one's
that's me.
That's you. Okay, Taryn. And the same for you. What are you looking for? If you had a dream, like suddenly you woke up and this guy walked in, you thought, that's him. What sort of do you think he'd look like or feel like or smell like, whatever?
It's pretty simple, straightforward. He needs to be able to get on my roof and fix my tiles.
Yes.
And he's got to be able to read maps. Yeah, he just like a handy person. I would love that. And a traveller. I'm keen in the garden. I love to cook. I'm cooking all the time. And movie
Well,
nights.
let's talk romance work. Let's talk romance wise. Is romance candlelight dinner, walk on the beach, or is it getting an Airbnb somewhere all alone, or is it just getting in the car and having some fun? What would
like-
stoke your fire?
Give me car service.
Giving my car a service.
That's foreplay.
He's honest.
That's
I love it.
So you're after a tiler, a mechanic with a sense of direction who doesn't mind helping in the garden.
Yes.
Okay.
A good night in would be a nice meal cooked by me and maybe a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay. And any particular, like, is it a jigsaw an erotic
I
jigsaw
love
puzzle,
jigsaw
or
puzzles.
is
I
it
just
just
love jigsaw puzzles, yeah.
so it's just any old jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah. I love a
Okay.
really good laugh. I need a humorous man who doesn't take life seriously.
Okay. No worries. And if he's had a few dents in him, like, a few failed marriages and stuff like that, you okay with that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we've all got that.
Yeah.
But I'm a tall girl. I'm 6'2".
Okay.
So I'm
What the same?
Dutch.
What about
We're all
you?
Dutch.
You're all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all
No,
Dutch.
we're all Dutch, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Cool.
Patsy's 6 foot. I'm 6'2", and Mandy's 5'8". She's
5'8".
the runt
You're
of the
the-
family.
You're, So you're Amanda or Patsy on the end in the white? Why can't we see the
Oh
name?
no, Mandy. Mandy.
I can
Mandy.
do that.
Yeah.
So Mandy, tell us about you. How long have you been
Yeah.
without a relationship?
Oh, probably about 18 years.
Wow, that's the time.
Yeah, since the kids were small, and so
Yeah.
I've sort of been on my own since for about 18 years now.
Now, when you're online for 18 years, you can get used to, like Phil, you can get used to your own routine and everything. How are you going to fit a new lover into that? Is it? Are you ready for that?
No, there's nobody at home anymore, so there's no kids, and there's actually no routine. Like I like to have, I'd like to work 2 days a week. I'd like to keep that. As for routine, the routine's all over the place. I've got plenty of time.
And what do you do with that time? Do you listen to music? Do you read? What do you do?
No, I go into the garden. I've just been planting a load of fruit trees in the back garden now, and the front garden. I'm putting a lot of trees in. And then I've just got the dogs, and I just walk the dogs. I do cook. People come over for dinners and stuff like that. But other than that, it's quite lonely. It's a very lonely life.
Yeah.
Even though I've got these girls just around the corner. Yeah. But you don't want to live in I don't want to go to Taryn's all the time or Patsy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have male company.
Yeah.
For someone to say, "Hey, you're beautiful," or just hold hands and stuff like that. But we're all animal lovers too. We collect strays. If someone's
Mandy,
we hear about a dog that's lost, we take a dog home.
Can I just finish with Mandy for a sec? Mandy, if you had a choice, what sort of, give me a vision of what sort of guy you'd like, and maybe not physically, but sort of spiritually or personality-wise and stuff like that.
No, I like I'd like to have a kind man. And I don't mind if they're into football and stuff like that. I like watching rugby. I've only just started watching that, so I really like rugby. So it'd be great if they were into rugby. Just a kind man that makes me laugh. I've got a odd sense of humour. Yeah, a nice fella.
What do you mean an odd sense of humour? Give us an example.
Oh, I just laugh at funny things that people don't usually
She's
laugh
dark.
at.
She's got a dark sense of humour.
Oh, she's dark. She's the dark one. She's warped. Okay. So, do you have any questions as the female host?
What would your ideal date look like if someone was interested? How would you like it to play out?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
I'll just grab whatever I could get. Whatever they wanted to do, I'll just.
You want Uberman? Call out for Uberman. I want a man. I want him to be funny, tile my roof, do my gardening, and I want him here in the next half an hour.
Yeah.
And if he's well endowed, I'll give you a tip. Now, come on, from there. So let's move on. If they want to contact you, what's the email, Kel?
Whack it up on the. Is that it there? Yeah.
So everyone out there, these are three sisters living on the one street. They've been very successful in the business in Byron Bay. They're looking for two are looking for kind men who would float. One is looking for sort of more of a handyman, but kind looking take. And if you want to get in touch with them, at the moment, we're just figuring out how to do this. So contact us at kellycafelockdown.com. Can I say what part of Australia you're living? You're still in Byron?
Lennox Head.
Lennox Head. So you're in the Lennox Head, that area there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would you also take friendships? Like if, say, there's some women out there want to contact you.
Yes.
So you do friendships as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Name question. Paula Fenn. Do the ladies mind shorter men?
Oh, as a friend, I don't care.
No. I can kind of. How short?
Like that guy in the Game of Thrones. You know, the little.
We've got to take her.
Maybe my height. I'm a shorty.
And we're open to
Oh,
the
here we have Damien.
Yeah.
We have Damien Declerc here. I'm Dutch and a mechanic.
Oh!
There we go. There we go. Toot toot. Yeah. Just think anyone else coming in?
Come on, fellas.
Come on, fellas. Anyway, look, we're going to put you in the background. Don't go away and sit because we're going to bring in some of the guys
Oh, we
now.
got this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Simon Rourke, he'll take all three, but you live in Perth, Simon. You live in Perth. I wasn't allowed to do that joke, but here we go. So go in. So, ladies, thanks for being the first on. Stay in touch. We're going to bring you back on in a little bit. We're just going to move now to the first fella. See you in a bit. Now, when I was in Epic, there was a lot of people there and a lot of people, angry people, but they were all good together. But I did meet a brother. As soon as I met him, I thought, yeah, I really like this guy. Not enough to turn, but enough to just really like the guy. And here he is. David Livingston, how you doing, brother?
G'day, Michael. Hey, Kel, how are you, darling?
David, welcome and thank you for coming on.
And thank you
I'm sorry I was
having
late.
me.
Sorry I was late getting into the house, but I couldn't see the email, and then I thought, oh, that's right. Sometimes they're in junk, and then I found it in the junk mail. So
Make
yeah.
sure you star anything that they'll go with those women.
Sure.
Okay. Now, David, I
Yes.
know you've been having a few online relationships with people overseas, but at the moment, are you still single as of now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you used to be an airline stewardess, an airline steward. You've flown all over the world. You have a library of hilarious stories, which is what I adore about you. What are your views on life and how to live?
My views on life. I think just live and let live. I think these days too many people are trying to be intrusive into other people's lives. It may be an insecurity within them, but they try and control another person. So there's something sadly missing in their own lives. So I just go about my own business, and I've learned to get out of the head and more in the gut. So just to rely on my gut feeling when making decisions. So that seems to put me in better stead. And happiness comes from within. You know, a lot of people try and find it externally, but it comes from within. So once you, look into your own shadows and what you may be projecting to other people and all that type of thing, once you work all that out, then you can just be yourself, and you can just, and it's interesting, both the positivity and the negativity that you can receive by being like that. So some people don't like the shadows that they're projecting upon you. That they're not really getting away with it in a sense. So so that might enrage certain people, that they've suddenly got to look within themselves. You know. So
And what are you looking for?
I'm a great. I really love Jung, Carl Jung, as opposed to Freud. I think Freud was very scientific, but Jung was very spiritual, and he had some wonderful concepts. Yeah.
And what are you looking for in a partner? If you had a dream and a partner turned up, what are you looking for? And in all variants, especially spiritually, personality-wise.
I think emotional intelligence is high on my list, and that was one thing with both you guys that was quite evident. And it's surprising when you really think about emotional intelligence, how so very few people have it. And it's not an arrogance thing. It's not being above anybody else. It's just a state of mind that's been achieved.
Do you think it's a growth thing? Like you have to
Yeah,
grow into it?
uh, it's a self-awareness thing. You know, you have to be self-aware before you can have that emotional intelligence. It's really, you know, quite a lot of reflection and again looking at the shadows within.
Yeah.
So and then just, you know, I think I do remember meeting a lady once that I thought, wow, she's just the complete soul. You know, she didn't have a malice bone in her body. Um, she had this calming about her. Nothing rattled her. She just had an air of grace about her, and she was like that 24/7. And I just remember thinking that, you know, if you're a believer in past lives, that she had gone through many lives, and she was probably nearing the end.
Are
So
you a
she had,
believer in past lives?
yeah. Look, I sat on the fence for many, many years, but there was a really interesting book called Many Lives, Many Masters, and that tipped me over the edge to believing.
Oh,
And in a nutshell, it was basically a New York psychiatrist, based on a true story, who had a young lady come to him who was referred within the practice that he was working. Another psychiatrist couldn't get through to her, so he referred her on to him. And they regressed her back to a child, or he regressed her back to a child and found that, you know, sadly she'd been molested by an uncle. And he thought, oh, well, there's the problem solved, blah, blah, blah. She went away a couple of months and she was back to her old self. You know, she was neurotic and, you know, a lot of different things going on. And he regressed her again. And then she started talking in different languages and spoke of being a
No.
young girl in a village in India. Long story short, she'd had 83 lives. Some of them she'd had horrific injuries. You know, she'd been burnt and had a throat cut and all sorts of things. And but he was more interested once he realised where he had taken her. He was more fascinated by the death part. So he
Mm.
brought her towards the end each time of the death, and she talked about waiting for the masters to come, and then there were 7 levels of attainment, blah blah blah. You know, so.
Yeah, cool.
It's interesting. Yeah, my parents actually died on the same day, 13 years apart.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
So,
That's bizarre,
so
man.
that was pretty freaky. Yeah,
We
don't
have a
know what was
question here
behind
from
that.
the audience. Chantilly Lace. Okay, David, what is your Briggs and Meyer? I have no idea what that means.
Briggs and Meyer is an intelligence test, basically.
I don't know what it means.
I don't know. I did a test years. Oh, actually, I think to be more specific, I think it's a personality type, not so much
Oh,
an
okay.
intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But the only thing I can answer to that is, I vaguely remember doing it with Qantas many years ago. I can't remember
Mhm.
where I sat, you know, sort of leadership roles. IQ sits around 120. I think the last time I did a test was about 120 or something. So, and my mum, I think I was under duress though. My mother made me do it when I came back from an LA trip.
But I also know you like swimming. You live near the ocean. You like swimming. You're still fit. Last time I saw you, you still look pretty good. And you're about 6 foot, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to get you to stay there, my gorgeous man. And we're going to bring on the third fella, who is also another one of my favorite brothers that we met in Perth. And I'll bring you all back on. We'll just have a bit of a chinwag before we sign off. You
Hey,
okay?
Mike, you're a little bit like the Greg from Blind Date, aren't you? You're the Greg, and is Kelly the Dexter, the computer, or the because I don't remember them having a girl on the side, you know?
We're making it up as we go along. We've got a bus at
Yeah.
the back too. Actually, on a farm, the view and in front of us is just an old farm shed, and there's us and about 1,000 mosquitoes. But it's really beautiful here.
Really
Yeah.
interesting, David.
Yeah,
But there's a
awesome.
lot of interest in your dates. There's a lot of, so it's just an interesting time. One question before you go:
Yep.
why do you think it is? There's 8 billion people on the planet. We love being next to each other. We love sleeping next to another human being. So how come there's so many of us are alone?
It's the divide between male and female. And more recently, it's become more evident that the women have slipped out of the feminine role and the men have slipped out of the masculine role.
Mm.
And I look at the 30-year-olds in my locale here, and
Mhm.
one thing that's evident is that a lot of their wives are driving them around for some strange reason. Now, people might say, "Well, there's nothing wrong with that," but I'm sort of very much into chivalry, and if you saw a if if you saw a woman driving a guy around years ago, you'd say, "Oh, he's gone DUI. Yeah, he's done DUI." And generally, that was the story. You know, he'd lost his license through drink driving, whatever, driving
Yeah.
too fast. But now they're just being driven around, and it's like you know that she's got his balls in her handbag. You know,
Well, she
and
won the
and I
new drive.
and I think it's
Well,
a little. So I think that, you know, for a while there, I was sort of blaming the women for being too masculine and you know, oppressing the man. But what it actually is the man hasn't stepped up to the plate because the woman needs to be led, and I don't mean that arrogantly by any stretch of the imagination. It's a feeling of feeling safe, being in a safe place when they know that they're led, that they're looked after, and
protected.
yeah, and a woman will constantly put a man under a test to make sure that he's still stepping up to that role to keep her safe. And a lot of men dive into please, you know, and the pleasing is not going to work. You know, you've got to
No.
learn to say no, put your foot down every now and then, and just lead beautifully. You know,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your masculine role, and then once you lead in the masculine role, she will slip into that beautiful feminine role.
Can I say what's really interesting? We had what was the lady on last week with Brian? What's her name? Cartland.
Yeah.
So we had Cartland on last week. Cartland has a farm, very independent. You would think when you're with her, she wouldn't need anybody, and yet on the show last week, she said, "What did she want?" She goes, "I want a real man. I want a man that can dig a trench, but can also, you know, make love to me. You know, there's and keep it funny." And the three ladies that we've just had on, Patsy, Karen, and Mandy, have just literally uttered the same, that they just want a bloke, just a nice bloke.
Blokey bloke.
Yeah, and I think Cal and I have that. You know, we got in our roles and stuff. It's nice.
Well,
What's wrong?
one of those
You
ladies sounded like she wanted an employer, an employee, I should say.
Well, you can apply when we get you on together. See, she's got an application form with her. There's a. Can I say?
So they want to know where David is
Oh,
and
yeah.
how old you are.
I'm 63 and I'm on the Central Coast,
Sweet.
a
Thanks,
place
David.
called Copacabana. Yeah,
And your star sign?
I'm a Gemini, same as you, Cal.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Yeah.
I've got the same birth date as JFK, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah,
And
cool.
my sister has the same birth date as Abraham Lincoln, so we both share American presidents. And my younger sister is the 6th of the 6th, 66.
Ouch.
So
Wow.
when we were kids, I used to go through her hair, you know,
Hair
for the
sniffing, find
sixes.
it like
She used to go, "Oh, fuck off, leave me alone."
take it to a church and go, she's yours.
It's like,
Okay, I've got Colin. Colin, you ready? I'm going to bring Colin. I'll bring you back, David,
Thanks,
after we've done
David.
Cole. Thanks so much, brother. Been gorgeous.
All right, cheers, mate.
So if you want to meet David, send an email to, if you got the thing there, it's kelli at cafelockdout.com, and we'll just put you in touch and see what happens from there. Now, this next man is a slightly older man. He is famous in our world for being the first Australian to be arrested crossing an Australian border in, we think, living memory. And so he lost his partner a few years ago, which was very difficult for him. He then got into, he'd never been in a demonstration in his life, but something about what was happening with COVID really fired him up. He ended up driving to Epic in a Datsun, a little blue Datsun with a hippie guy next to him who he didn't know. He had a great time there. Then he came back, went to the border, crossed the border, and was arrested. and that's at Norseman, trying to get back into his state where he's lived all his life. And he works for the Light newspaper, or the last time I saw him, he was as a distributor, major distributor. He's huge in the freedom movement in Perth. He's gone from never being in any trouble to going to court to defend injustices that he sees. He's a remarkable human being, astonishingly kind, and just a lot of good fun. So let's bring him on. Why is my mouse working? Here we go. And this is Colin Holly, or we call him King Colin. How you going?
Good, Mike and Kelly. How you going? Jeez,
My beautiful.
I haven't finished reading the book, but you just took all the pages out of it there.
Can you put your face on the screen? Can you look at the screen and so you can see your face on the screen?
Your thumb looks big.
How do I do that? You know, I'm an old.
You just aim it at your face. Look at this camera screen and see. Oh, you got it back to front, have you?
Oh, yeah. Well, hang on, I've got to get me help. How do I do that?
Well, call for her.
Eh?
Call for her.
Oh, God. These tasks I have to do. Hang on. There's a bit of a party going on there. Elvis, how do I reverse this photo? Camera back.
We need it that he can see his own face. G'day, Alexander.
No, just take your finger away, Colin. Your finger was here.
All right. So I'm done, am I?
Don't touch over here.
Just make sure that his face is on the screen.
It's on the screen. It is now, isn't it? Is that right?
That's you.
Oh, yeah.
Colin, can you see us? Look at the screen. Can you see us?
I can see you loud and clear, as they say.
That's great. That's great. Now, Colin, you live in WA.
Sorry, the noise was me. Youngest granddaughter is 13 today, so she's.
Oh, we won't hold you up for too long then. Can you just don't put your thumb on the camera. Just don't, and look at us. Can you look at us?
Yeah, I can look at you there.
Now, Colin, we don't bring it up, but just, I don't know if you can still do it, but how long has it been since your partner died?
2,145 days today, yeah.
It's been very difficult for you. You've had an extraordinary life since, but are you ready now to meet some friends or a companion?
I do meet a lot of friends every day, sort of thing, and that. But yes, I'm not long thinking about a companion. Probably, yes, yeah. Mm.
And what would you like in a companion, Colin? If you had a choice, like if you could go to IKEA and there were shelves of women, what's your thought?
Well, see, one that can talk, I suppose. That's a start, and just general company sort of thing, you know. Yeah.
Please tell me that's your thumb.
Sorry. How's my thumb looking? I got it now. I got it made. Yeah, just whatever creeps up, sort of thing. You know, as long as she's honest and clean and tidy, sort of thing. Yeah, how's that?
A sense of humour, maybe.
a sense of humour would probably go down well.
Is someone there with you, Colin?
A 93-year-old friend of mine as well at the moment.
Not 93.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Colin, could you get someone to hold the phone for you so you can concentrate? You don't have to. Is there someone there who's younger than 93?
Maybe I could put it down. It's my iPad, yeah. Or what do you call it? The iPad, yeah. Hang on. I've got it. Amy sorted out for me so I could do this here. How's that looking? Is that better?
It's looking better now.
That's perfect, Cole.
That's perfect, my lovely man.
Well, see, didn't take long. Yeah.
Now, how much do you love people? I mean, whenever I've met you, you love hanging around with people. You still got that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Love getting around people. We're having another big party on Saturday as well, so we'll catch up with a few friends again there. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I'll bring out the ham and silver side. So yeah.
Do you have any questions for him from a
So you can cook too, Colin, can't you? You're quite savvy in the kitchen.
Well, I make the world's best Christmas cakes. People say, geez, you're a good cook. I said, I can read a recipe that's was in Wendy's family for about 150 years, and I follow a recipe. And I've got a stove that does all the work. I do bugger all, really, but I'm, classified as a good cook. But I can knock up a good food, yeah.
I can vouch for the Christmas cake.
There you go.
Who's that?
Yeah.
So can we. We've had
Who's
one.
that? Who's the person next to you?
That's my dear friend Patty.
Hello, Patty.
I'm 91 and looking for a companion also.
Oh,
Well,
Patty.
there you have.
Hey,
You've not.
hey,
Okay,
thanks
no,
for the
stick
call.
around.
Well,
Get back.
let's start smooching, Patty. We'll get into this.
Put you both in together.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, haven't been looking properly. Hello.
Patsy.
She's a drinker too. Test her out with a Coke, Yeah.
Patsy, what are you looking for in a partner, Patsy?
Patty.
What are you looking for in a partner, my dear?
In a partner, just somebody to be honest, take care of me when we go out, and not to take advantage of me.
Oh. two out of three.
Fantastic. For
Two out of
91,
three
you
ain't
look
bad, they say.
incredible,
I was
Patsy.
married for 40 odd years, and my husband died in 2003. And then I had a lovely partner for another 17 years, and he went to God in 2024.
So you're a black widow then? You're one of those, you're a black widow?
Huh?
A black widow?
No.
No, what's a black widow, Michael?
What's that?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's a dud joke. But so are you looking for someone now, and so if they want to contact you, if anyone's watching who's in your age group, you're in Perth, right? So you are looking for someone as well, even a companion.
Yeah. We might fit the bill. We've never sort of got. We've been very friendly for a long time. We might fit
That's
the bill.
what I'm
here,
saying, man. She likes your Christmas cake.
Colin's a very honest man, a lovely man, and makes beautiful cakes, cooks lovely silverside.
And what else? And what? Where will I fail?
Can you please remove what I hope is just come off the screen?
I better put this down, otherwise I'll cover up the thing again. Yeah.
Now, Colin, you are a lovely, lovely guy. Are you really ready to meet a companion now? Because
I think I am. I think so. Yeah. I truly haven't bothered it because I've got so much love and friendship every day of the week, sort of thing. So many friends, but there's nothing like we'll call it companionship and whatever else. It could be the start of something big, as they say, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, just for size, you live in the northern suburbs of Perth.
Yeah. North of the river. Yeah.
You're north of the river, and there's a lot of women asking, or we've had the three on asking whether you're handy with stuff. So if a woman wants to know whether you can do stuff around the house, you can fix stuff, plumbing and stuff like.
Oh yeah. I still go out and do, bits of gardening and fixing taps and a bit of handiwork and that sort of thing, and love doing it, sort of thing, yeah.
So you're a giver.
Giver, absolute giver, yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to just take a bit of a break. We're going to play the song again. Just everyone, actually, screw it. We're just going to bring everyone else back on. So let's bring on David. Are you okay after the Colin show? And I saw you cackling yourself. So Colin, this is David. He lives in Cochabamba, New South Wales, another great freedom fighter. And he was at Epic too. I don't think our paths crossed. Did you two meet each other at Epic?
No, didn't see you there, David.
G'day, Cole. How are you, mate?
And not a Datsun, it was a little Mazda, actually. One box.
Oh, Mazda.
361. Another plate always excited a few people too, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good on you, mate. Good on you for getting down there.
I'm just going to move up here. I just want to thank you all for coming on. So we have Patsy, Taryn, and Mandy. This is David and Colin. So,
Hello.
and Kelly and I,
Hey,
it was Kelly's idea, but we don't really know how to do it. So we thought we'd just bring people on and chat, and hope people can see kind of a smidgen of who you are just through being open, if you know what I mean. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's our hope.
They don't mind if I'm a bit deaf.
I just want to
One,
show you, ladies, some of David's sense of humor. He's incredibly courageous man, David. Extraordinarily courageous. He doesn't show it, but he is. When we were at Epic, the police had moved us all away. No one could get near Parliament House. But up comes this charming, handsome man dressed up, and he walks right up to the police and he asks them this.
Hello.
You want to take the story from there, David? Do you remember what you asked them?
oh, have you got the footage of it?
No, you're going to have
Oh,
to retell the story. Do you
oh,
remember what you
sorry.
asked the cop
Sorry.
when you first
I
turned up?
thought you
This is
were. I
my
thought you
first.
were leading me into the footage. Yeah, I walked past you up at the new Parliament House. You were just setting up, and I
I can't
thought,
hear you.
oh,
Is that because I've stuffed something up?
can you hear me, Cole? Can you hear me?
Just keep going, David. He'll catch on.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I walked past you, Michael, up at, and I thought, oh, there's that guy that's doing the podcasting. But I was already on a mission to go up to the new Parliament House and just ask them about the tunnels underneath and where they, bring the kids in and out and all that sort of thing. And so I got past the first line of cops, and I thought, oh, that was pretty easy. But I think they thought I wasn't a protester, that I was going for a tour through the, through Parliament House. And then I got to the second line and I went to walk in, and a couple of guys stepped up, and one had, badges all over him. And I thought, oh, okay, this is the dude to talk to. And I said, oh, I want to do the tour. And he said, no, tour's done for the day. And I said, no, I want to do the special tour, the one that takes you down into the tunnels where, where you bring the kids in and out of, for the elite pedophilia and all that. And he said, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. And I said, yeah, you do. I said, I've been to the Vatican. They got the same setup there too. And then he started, his face just changed colour, and I thought, here we go. I might get arrested. I better get out of here. So, and then we went back. I had it all on tape, but it actually came out pretty good. Oh, that's right. The last thing he said to me was, "Are you into that? Are you, mate?" And it was really creepy. Oh, it just sent chills down my spine. So, and then I went back down to you, Michael, and you did an interview, and then that night we had a couple of drinks, didn't we? Prior to getting
We were in
smashed
the library car park
at Lake
together.
Burley Griffin. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that before that? And we were just going tent to tent, meeting people and having a drink at every tent. I only remember about 6 tents.
You
Then
said to me, "Let's go. We're going to have a beer, and people want to meet us. Let's go." And
it was such a
and then
beautiful atmosphere, you know.
and then you went to bed, and I went out to the gate to talk to the to find a friend, and I found an Indian guy that was guarding us at the gate. And then Sambo Patrick stepped up out of the dark and said that they were going to smash us the next morning, and that's exactly what happened. They came in force prior to us going to Epic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's why we ended up at Epic. Now, sorry,
Yeah.
ladies, we have some shared history here, but is there anything else you'd like to ask these people before we come on?
Does anyone want to ask each other something? Like David, do you have any questions for the ladies, or ladies, do you have a question for David?
Are you ladies originally from Byron?
Melbourne originally.
Oh, from Melbourne.
Yeah, came up 26 years ago.
Right.
Good choice.
Working in Byron, living in Lennox.
So you set the business up together in the cafe.
Yes.
And you managed to make it work as siblings working together. That's really powerful.
Yeah.
So they can see you.
We were, people would come in for dinner and a show. We would just be, sometimes we'll be having these big arguments in the back, and the people would just be astounded. But then we'd let rip, and then the argument would finish within 5 minutes. But it kept us going for 26 years. I think that's the I think you can only do that with family.
So is this a part of the charm of the shop that you'd come in and you'd all be
Yes.
having a crack at each other?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. But there's yeah, but but a cafe is a really an enormous amount of work. So I can understand why you were single. I had a proper cafe years ago, and it really is an enormous amount of work to keep it going.
Huge. Yeah. It was 7 days a week, and we did all our homemade baking. Our recipes came from our grandmother, so we were quite
Wow.
famous for our cakes. And everything was homemade. Like we didn't
Right, so
buy
you're all the
anything
cooks.
in.
You're
We're
all
all
cook.
cooks. Yeah.
You're all
So
cook.
Mandy's specialty is the desserts.
Okay.
Patsy's is the mains, and mine was the breakfast trade. So it worked very, very well.
Okay, cool. Well, that's let's unmute him. I think Colin just wants us to meet his niece.
Hello.
Colin, you want us to meet your niece?
Oh, sorry?
Did you want us to meet your niece or her?
Yeah,
No,
that's me granddaughter. Yeah.
Your
No,
granddaughter.
that's just a friend, you know. Yeah. She's a party goer sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah,
You saw
Dave.
a bummer anyway, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, David.
Did you see the comment about Colin before?
No.
A lady said, "I couldn't be with Colin because I'm exactly the same as him."
Anyway, listen. Can I ask the question I asked David? But I'm going to ask the lady. How come we have so many Australians are great people, but how come there's so much loneliness? It's the one thing we find everywhere. It's why we're doing this. And I know we could set up a dating site, but there's a coldness to just swiping left, swiping right, which is why I wanted to talk. But why is it? Why is it? I mean, look, all 5 of you are gorgeous people, a lot of fun. How come we're alone? What are your thoughts? We'll start with Patsy.
I think a vast majority of us have lost our confidence in social interactions, I think. And we've all been hurt and we've all suffered, and we just don't leap into conversations probably the way we should. And we all need one another. And we have to relearn that gradually.
And yourself, Taryn?
I actually missed the question. What was the question? Sorry.
How come, since there's like 5 people on here, really gorgeous people, we meet so many gorgeous people around the country, and 80% of them are alone? Why do you think there's so much loneliness when there's so many lovely people? What's happened to us that we seem to have lost the ability to connect?
Oh, look, I think about that often, and I remember growing up how in our street, our mum and dad knew all the neighbours. They would come over and bring baked goods. The kids would play in the street. I don't even know my neighbours. And I've been here for 15 years in this particular house, and everything's changing, and that's part of it. And I think it's become an epidemic. I think the stats were out. It's like 1 in 3 are suffering loneliness.
Yeah.
And that's really sad, really sad.
Yeah. And yourself, Mandy, what are your thoughts?
I think, well, like if I go to a cafe and I have a coffee, there's no one there that's not on their phone. So their heads are down. I'm ready to talk and I'm looking around and I'm the only one that hasn't got a phone. And you can't get anyone's attention because they're on their phones. And so you just have your coffee and then you go and you think, oh, well, I'll try again tomorrow.
Isn't that ironic that the phone is there to connect us and all it's done is disconnected us?
I know, it's disconnected.
I often see that. I see people walking. I'm guilty of it too. I'm thinking, well, who are you talking to that's so important? That's more important than the person you're with.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think everything changed with COVID as well.
Yes. Yes.
People, I became more of a homebody, and I still kind of am. I don't venture out as much as I used to. bit more wary of the world, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, times are hard now, and loneliness makes the hardness even harder. You know what I mean? I know Cal and I, we get great solace from being together because we have lots of things go wrong and this, but we deal things together now. It really helps. You know what I mean? It's yeah. It's I would recommend it. I think the older you get, the more unique you become. So finding a compatible unique is a challenge. This is Tanya Kay. When you're a kid, relationships are far more simple. Yeah, maybe. But look, we're on caravan parks. When I was young, I grew up on caravan parks for a long time. People used to talk to each other like crazy. They were like communities. On the caravan parks now, my father was telling me they don't talk to each other. In the things, they just walk past, they might sort of do a wave. There seems to be, I don't know if it's COVID or something, but there seems to be a disconnect. You know what I mean? Where I don't know, maybe this is something we have to work on. What about yourself, David? I know you answered it, and then we'll bring Colin in to finish it. Yeah. Have you noticed that yourself, David? Because you're a very people friendly person, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting because as an exercise, I quite often I love complimenting older ladies when they've really taken some time to dress up. And I was in the shopping centre today, and there was a beautiful. She just looks stunning. She would have been probably well in her 80s, but she'd obviously taken a lot of time to put it all together. And I just stopped her and said, you look beautiful today. Um, I appreciate doing that because I know that it just means the world to them. And I wouldn't be disingenuous doing it. So I just think we don't take, it's like the old days when we were young guys and we would go out, and I didn't have any problems, fronting girls and talking to them, but my mates would. They had to have 14 bongs and, you know, 16 drinks, 16 beers before they could get enough Dutch courage to go up and talk.
Dutch.
Yeah, so it's I think we've just got to make an effort, we just got to just put the tools down and go and make more of an effort to connect, and that's across the board with everybody. It shouldn't be just male approaching females. Females can, also approach the males, and
Yep. Okay.
gee, there's
There's
a
a lot of
wild
noise
old
in the
party going on in the
background.
background.
Sorry, there's a lot of background. But Colin, why do you think so many people are alone now? I think I asked you before, but why do you think? What is it that they're not connecting?
Oh, no, like I'm the softest pound of buddy you've ever found, and that sort of thing. And I was married for 57 years. We were childhood sweethearts, and married at 17 years of age, and like my next date will be my first one, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And
Wow.
just having to, and then of course Wendy died just prior to COVID coming onto the scene and that, and then shortly afterwards we went to Canberra and Epic and met so many wonderful friendly people and that over there, and then we come back and we got into the umbrella group, as you well know, at the Governor's House. And today was the 1508th day, consecutive day, that we've been going there. So we meet all these friends and that sort of thing, and just within our own circle of friends. And it's just something, I've gone without, sort of thing. And but I've always got lady friendships and that, but nothing sexual whatsoever just yet. I just me. I haven't bothered. I'll probably talk about it a fair bit, but that's as far as I get at the moment. But I'd obviously be.
No, he's frozen. Anyway, there's
that way, sort of thing,
Yeah, Jim, any other question?
Does anyone want to say anything before we head off? Ladies?
Oh, sorry. No.
Will you travel for love? Would you travel across Australia for love?
Yes, I would.
Wow.
So
I like it.
the answer is yes.
Anyone?
Yeah, and Yeah. Anyway, got a little rig that'll get me going anywhere, so I think, yeah.
That was good too. Can I say one thing just before we go? I just want to say one thing. Before the theatre, one of my last.
Sorry, Michael, I've got to butt in there. That last post, it was quite ironic. If you do something you called for stalking. Well, as you remember, my going to the governor's house all these time and that, I was charged twice by this gutless coward of a governor we've got over there with stalking his wife. I don't know, it might be one of those girls there. As far as I haven't even seen it, but I was charged twice with stalking the governor's wife, and the gutless coward wouldn't go ahead with it. I still want him to do it, and that, yeah. But sorry,
yeah, so that was just fill you in there for those who didn't understand. So there's a group in WA called the Umbrella People, and and every morning they go outside the governor's and they ask for the governor to dissolve the government, start again. They've been doing that for years now. And the governor actually charged some of the protesters, Colin, with stalking his wife. Even though from the fence, they're only at the stone fence, the mansion that they live in, and it's an incredible mansion, is about 300 meters away and you can't see anyone. So they're just trying to get rid of them. So Colin has been charged with stalking the WA governor's wife. But it hasn't, the prosecution hasn't gone through. But that's a good segue. Can we move for a sec? That's a great segue because a lot of men now with these AVOs, a lot of men are scared. When I was working with all these men, there was about a third of them, about 40 were single and they were scared of women. They weren't scared of getting in a relationship. They were scared of getting out, that they'd lose stuff, but they're actually scared of women. So they just given up. And these were men in their 40s. So I wonder if there's time for a shift, that maybe women, we grew up in a time where the guy had to ask the woman, but maybe it's a time now of equal. Maybe some of these men, I hate to say it, need to be rescued. They're not, as David said, a lot of his friends needed 14 bongs or something to ask a woman out. Men aren't. They've been beaten down by the last few years. Maybe it's time for some Australian women to start helping save men and bringing them back up and reminding them that they are men. I don't know. It's just a theory.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody, if there's nothing else to say, thanks for coming on for the first show. I wish you all the best. If any emails come in, if anyone wants to meet you, put the email up again. This is it, kelli@cafelockdout.com, and we will say who you want to meet and we'll forward the emails through. We're just coming through us so we don't, these people don't get inundated with trolls. And we've had a lot of trolls attacking the show already, which means I don't know why they'd bother, but they're already doing it. So we're just blocking them as we go. But I wish you all the best. And thank you for coming on as the first one and trialing this little show and seeing how we go from here. And David, it's so good to see you. And Colin. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being such great fun. All of you were great fun tonight. Yeah, it's really did.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Kelly.
Kelly Stevenson, does David have kids and grandkids?
I've got 6 children. And I've now got 3 grandchildren. And but I did lose my daughter. She passed away after being vaccinated. So she was 17 months old.
Yeah, I do remember that, David. Yeah. I'm sorry, brother. I'm just seeing if there's any other questions before we go. Now everyone's coming through this. Okay, God bless to all of you. And let's see if this tiny little show can start bringing some people back together. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much. If you want to come on the show, get in touch. And if you're able to have a laugh, that would help.
Roger. Car market, where we line ourselves up on the online yards. Cover our dents, polish our paint, and clean our windscreens until you can almost see. Don't worry about that sound that's been there for years, and it doesn't affect the way I drive, and that crack was left by a girl that I keep forgetting to forget. And yes, there are kids in the boot, and I'm overdue for a service and a tune. In a long drive down to the beach, 'cause you wrote that you like walking on the beach. beach. Whereas, well, I just wanna be with you. And oh yeah, the radio doesn't play the latest songs, and the GPS, well, he's always getting it wrong. And the interior light only seems to work when I'm trying to sleep. And then it gets right inside my bones. But I still drive over hills, and if you switch my heater on and wind my window down, you just might feel as I drive deep into your dark, like you're finally getting out of this town.